I just do me, but they say I'm too much. Chosen one, I don't ever get too fucked. Woo. And my mama said I'm special. If I don't trust you, shoot your metro. Future looking bright, nigga got that glow. Professor X, nigga, all the gifts I show. My life like a movie shot off the hit show. Me and blessed hands make a bitch get low. James Willis, DJ CEO. Dave hit record, now we on beast mode. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Hit Show podcast. It's the late night show. We usually don't go this late, but you know what? We got a good topic tonight. Sorry about that. Femininity Toxicity. All right? So check this out. I'm going to read y'all the definition, okay? Tonight is going to be a little different. Toxic femininity referred to the adherence to the gender binary in order to receive conditional value in societies. It's a concept that restricts women to being cooperative, passive, sexually submissive, gentle, and deriving their value from physical beauty while being pleasing to a man. So that means, damn it, this is a Jada Pinkett. Pretty much.
Oh, no,
that's what that is.
Listen,
okay.
We're not starting off with
Can
that.
we not do that? We're not doing that at all.
So if your woman is not cooperative,
we're not doing that.
sexually submissive, combative
No, we're not doing that.
to a man, that is femininity toxicity. And that's what they're saying online. That's Google.
It's toxicity. It's toxicity.
Whatever it is. That's the definition.
It's
damn it.
toxicity.
Toxicity.
Yes,
Toxicity.
there you go.
You're toxic. You're female toxic.
Yes.
Damn it. That's the definition.
Yes.
You know what? But the thing I have to say is that has to be taught. That's not something that you 30 years old and you start doing this shit. That has to be taught. So, with this being said, in today's world, I think now we see it more than you would see it in the 60s and 70s because it wasn't allowed. So I think this is a good topic. I'm being serious. I think it's a good topic.
And he's actually right, though. No, he's actually right.
In the earlier days, you weren't allowed. When you were with the man, you had to be submissive. Yes, but no, you brought it to
have toxic traits and do toxic things in a relationship.
But Jessica's right.
Since the beginning of time.
Jessica's right. She did say it had to do with ass women because when women were allowed to be free and vote and got women's rights, and you weren't allowed to beat on them, some of them did, pretty much.
So we gotta
take on this trait. But that's a good point.
No. Can I break it down? Can I break it down a little bit?
Jessica made it. Go ahead.
No, can I break it down a little bit? In the 50s and 60s and 70s. 50s, 60s, actually 70s and before, anything before the 70s, women didn't have a right to speak out, okay?
Gotcha.
Okay? They didn't have a right. They didn't have no rights.
Gotcha.
Okay? They were stay-at-home moms.
Gotcha.
That's how they're brought up, okay? You're trained as a child to be a stay-at-home mom. You're going to get a husband, and that husband's going to take care of you, blase, blase, blase. It didn't matter if you got beat up. It didn't matter if anything. You're not going to speak out. You're going to take it.
Because that's security.
Because your security is
Understood.
Here. In the 70s,
you have nowhere else to go.
You have nowhere else to go.
Exactly.
But after,
good point.
After the 70s, people started speaking out. Okay. The women started speaking out and taking their own rights. Okay. And then at that moment, that's when women start taking like a point where they are standing up for themselves. They're being independent.
They're being to the extreme.
They want to be independent for themselves. They want to do this and this and that and that and that and that.
And is that feminism too?
I'm not saying this is feminism. You just want to be independent. Not necessarily it's not saying you want to be out of the household, but you want to have your own rights as well. You deserve your own rights.
Well, the thing is,
I think
let's talk about toxicity. Why I brought this topic up. Let me bring up why I brought this topic up.
Okay.
All right. So, female toxicity. We know about toxic masculinity. We talk about that a lot. That's a slogan. You know what I'm saying? It's a trademark thing when we're talking about men who do things that are toxic. But recently you had the we'll bring it up to Will and Jada, but more recently the Johnny Depp situation. I don't know.
Okay,
if
yeah.
She was
Right.
abusing him.
She was, yes, exactly.
So
They were out
I
on
was
the carpet and she put her hand up and he like,
Yeah.
it was a reaction.
Yeah.
So I was more so wanting to bring it up to that aspect of kind of like men that kind of deal with that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I know that they both exist. We got the masculine toxicity, but the men kind of got to deal with that situation too. And I feel like it's not necessarily taken serious when they bring it up.
That's why they don't
Initially.
tell. But that's
And
why
men
they
gotta
that's why they
bring
don't
evidence.
speak up.
No, but and then they got to bring evidence, and they got to
Yeah.
go be a whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Whole
I know. And that's
investigation.
that's
I
what
don't
I don't
think-
like about
Lose their
saying,
jobs,
First
all
off,
types of shit.
it's hard. Think about it. It's hard for a woman to feel like she, like to speak out about getting your ass whipped because you're embarrassed. So it's
Even
10 times
harder for a man
Yeah,
to
it's,
say
it's
that.
way harder
It's
for a
way
man
harder
to
for a
be
man.
open and honest about
It's way
that. And
harder
then
for a
when
man
you
to say that.
do, you're to be thought less than.
Yes.
People don't believe
Leave you.
or they think that you're like, you know what I'm saying, that
You're a
you're the one
punk.
that's doing it.
You're a punk.
Oh, you're lying. She's
Oh,
not
yeah,
doing
she
that
ain't-
to you. You're doing that to her. You know what I'm saying?
So I think it's switched. So like how we said the 50s, 60s, 70s. Okay.
Mhm.
I think it's switched. Okay. In the 80s and 90s. Okay.
nah.
Now 90s you got
Back then, they was just killing motherfuckers.
right. But
And they
now
was like, oh, I've had enough. You
there's a
whooping my
different
ass.
upbringing though.
You gonna
It's a different
fall off
upbringing.
this ladder.
No, we got a different upbringing. So
I'm with
with the Darius' point
Yeah.
of view, okay, we did have a different upbringing. Okay, we have men that aren't in the households no more. Okay, before all the men were in the household.
Why is that?
They're in jail.
No,
Yes.
that's wrong.
Black men.
Why are
black
they in
men-
jail? Wait. Because the
Why?
women.
No.
Let's get to the facts.
No.
Why?
No.
Let's get to
No.
the facts.
It has nothing to do
No.
with women. It has
No.
to do with their lifestyle. Okay? They don't have a man.
The
brought
women
up,
were
no,
given
no.
a choice.
You have gangs.
No.
A lot of gangs
Pause.
came off.
We're
in
talking about
you have gangs,
no.
you have all this stuff
No.
that men bring up.
We're
in single
talking facts.
households.
No.
Single
The
households.
reason why
Hold
there's
on.
single
I wanna
households
hear this dumb
because
shit
the
about
women were offered benefits to get rid of the men and they took it. That's why.
That's true.
That's a law.
No, that is true.
I mean,
That
that's
shit
a law.
is true.
That's not a law, but that's what
The government has allowed welfare to replace our men.
Exactly.
It's true.
But
That's
at the
true.
same time, the men aren't there because they didn't have men
But-
there
Well, why
to
wait,
raise them.
wait.
The men were there.
Wait,
but
no.
the men got kicked out their
No,
homes.
no, James.
No,
That's
No.
only. Let me tell you
No.
how that's
Go
still
ahead.
only half of it.
no,
Go ahead.
it's
Because
only half.
That part
It's good.
is
Go
by
ahead.
woman's choice.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah,
If
it
they
is.
say, "Hey,
I
we'll
want to
let
take
you
those
pay
welfare.
only $25 for
Yeah.
rent,
Right.
we'll pay your electric and your gas,"
Right.
you just got to get rid of that nigga, right?
Never have I gotten that. I wish I gotten that. I wish
But-
I gotten that.
Tell him,
I
Jessica.
never got
But
that.
there's the other aspect.
What?
When you decide you don't want to be with a man, they decide to walk away from you, and I'm not talking about all men. They decide to walk away from you and them kids.
Mm-hmm.
And them kids. And that's why, me personally, I get real bent out of shape when I'm hearing about how women keep their kids. That's not all women.
No, it's
That's
not.
not all
It's not
women.
all
I
women.
have
not all women.
begged.
Yeah.
I begged. I have 2 baby daddies. I get financial help. That's it. Nobody coming to get these kids off my hands.
Mm-hmm.
One out of state, the other one down the fucking street. I raise my kids, me. So I don't like when people say, "Oh, you're not a single mom. You're just a single parent." No, bitch. I'm a single mom.
Right, meaning you don't get no type of help
I
from
don't-
the father at all.
I
right,
don't,
that-
know,
that's-
I don't get no.
Exactly.
I
I
got
get
3.
financial help.
I got 3
I don't ever
kids.
sit there and say like, "Oh, I pay." No, I get financial help, but when
Right.
it comes to the rearing of the
Yeah.
children,
The other parent is not there.
they're not physically there.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I am a single mama.
I'm a single mom.
Period.
Point blank.
Exactly.
So
I'm a single mom. My ex-husband's single dad. Point blank.
at the end of the day,
At the end of the day.
well,
You know what I'm saying?
Well, y'all
Yeah, we got
co-parent. That's
switch
different.
Well,
That's
see,
co-parent.
y'all-
It's the difference.
but yeah. So,
but no,
That's
but,
not single.
No,
That's
but
co-parent.
even if I'm
I
a single
wish.
mom with income that's way less than his, he makes over 100,000 a year. Okay,
Right, so you're not a single mom.
no, I don't make that.
Right, so you're not a single mom.
No, I am a single mom. I don't get what I'm supposed to get. Do you understand what I'm
But
saying?
he still takes care of his kids. You're not a
Yeah,
single
he
mom.
takes care of kids.
Right, but
I
you're
get
not a
child
single
support.
mom. You're not a single mom then.
they're
Single
saying-
mom
I
don't
only get
get
child
shit.
support to my kids. I don't get nothing else. I don't
They're
get nothing
saying-
That's what
else.
child support
I
is
know.
for. It's for the
No,
kids. It ain't
you
for
see,
you.
no.
Well, no,
That's what it's
because-
for. That's
well,
what I
yes,
thought.
Yes, but she's
That's what
saying
I
like
thought.
she,
You understand what I'm
never
saying?
got
I'm
alimony.
not-
or nothing like
I'm
that.
not
What
You
I'm
shouldn't
saying-
get it.
Well, here's the thing.
You shouldn't get it.
How? I was married for 10
So
years.
I was married too.
10.
For
Did,
5
did,
minutes,
did I
nigga.
get it? No.
For 5 minutes,
In the
nigga.
5 minutes, 10 minutes, 3 months, alimony, I need to throw that shit out the
Doesn't matter.
goddamn window.
It doesn't
No,
matter.
because-
I know my ex-husband was taking care of the kids, but the point blank is, even if I wanted to get help, because I'm a single mom, I can't get the help.
But you're not a single mom.
You know
I am
why?
a
He
single
does
mom.
his part.
I don't think they. I don't think they
She's a
should
single mom. She
I
don't
don't
get no
think
help
they
from the
should.
daddies.
It
I don't
doesn't
think
count for
alimony
all the
should be-
stuff that
Hold on.
necessities
doesn't
of the
get-
kids.
She
Hold
doesn't
on.
get the help. The daddy
I
doesn't
don't
say,
think
hey,
What are you
I'm
saying?
going to come get the kids.
What are
I'm
you
going to take
saying?
care of them. She
No, what are
doesn't
you
get
saying?
the help that you get. What I'm saying is, as the
I didn't
father,
get that at first.
listen,
What the
the
fuck?
father,
For
you're,
the
you're
first 2
listen,
years, I didn't get none of that
But
shit.
right
I was
now,
doing all that shit on my
he
own.
takes care of the kids just like you do. He helps. She doesn't get anything. So she is a single mother. You
Hey,
understand? Single mothers
I'm
don't get
still
any help,
a
is
single
what I'm
mother.
saying.
I don't think that.
No, you're
alimony
not.
should be tossed for
Your
one
kids
reason,
ain't here right now. Where they at?
because it's such a great
They're
area.
at my house.
You know what I'm saying?
Where's the daddy at?
At his home.
If you needed him right now, he'd come get him and he come
No,
take
he
care of
can't.
him.
He's at work.
Oh, but he's working. He paid child support and he come get him when he ain't at work.
Okay, but
You're
guess
not a
what?
single
If
mother.
it's
He
an
only gets
emergency
them when
and I
he's
have
off
to
work.
What is
Yeah.
the definition of a single mother? Do I need to Google it?
no. But
Okay,
listen,
thank
though,
you.
But
Go
niggas
ahead.
are different when it comes to like if it's like, oh, hey, I need you to come get the kids. Oh, I can't do nothing. I'm at work. But at the end of the day, if the
If
the
I- oh,
school
he-
calls
yeah,
me
exactly.
or my mama
If
comes,
I'm
where
always
they
called,
at?
I have to go
Hey,
get the kids.
Yeah, I gotta stop what I'm
What do
doing.
you think? I have to
because
stop
those are my
everything.
kids. That's my obligation.
Every time I call
Good
this
point.
nigga
I
for
like
help,
that.
every time I call this nigga for help, he's nowhere to be found.
Where's
But,
he at?
but I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But it
Dang.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He
Hold
could be
on.
at work.
We
His
got
mom,
Daryl.
his
Daryl's
dad's.
on the
He
screen.
could be at work. His
He look
mom,
like
his
he's about to
dad's,
jump
whatever.
shit.
But every time
Yeah.
he calls
Nah,
me and
You
he
can hear
needs
me,
help,
Jay?
I'm
He
there
got
to
his
pick up the
facts together.
kids. What?
So,
We got
what do you
Daryl on
say?
the
before
screen.
Daryl go to wrap it
Hold
up,
on.
what we gonna say is everything is circumstantial. So
Yes,
what they're
yes.
saying is in their circumstances.
Turn your mic up too, Daryl.
They
Turn
had
your
to
mic
do
all the
what
way
they
up.
had to do. And me and James' circumstances is
You
different.
had to do
So
what
we
you
got
had to
different
do.
opinions. Me and
But you
James,
guys had to do what
me
you
and
had
James
to do.
leaving work to go get our kids and
Yeah.
go
Yes.
do off and doing. So what
Yes.
y'all saying
But
about
y'all
your
are
husband
active
don't apply to
fathers, so
us.
that shit don't
No.
apply to you.
That's why I'm
yeah,
just saying
it
before
don't
Daryl
apply
go,
to
it's just
you. No,
circumstantial.
it's just
That's all we're
circumstantial.
saying.
Everything's circumstantial. But I'm just saying,
Go ahead,
after
Daryl.
I'm just saying, like after a certain time period, there's stuff that got conflicted. Okay? Where the household got conflicted.
Okay.
Where the household got conflicted. Where you take a whole household and it's split. Okay?
Yeah.
And you have this person going through this something
Mm-hmm.
and this person going through this something because of the way their upbringing is. Okay?
Okay.
James,
Do you
go to the
understand what I'm
comments.
saying? Do you
I
understand what I'm
about
saying?
to. When Terrence, she's
Do
making
you
a good
understand,
point.
do you
Go ahead.
understand what their
Terrence making a good
upbringing
point.
is? So you have this person coming from this upbringing and this person coming from this upbringing. And you might even try to hold your family together.
Okay.
But you have different upbringings.
So you're in your house,
Yeah,
he and
yeah.
his is, and
Yes.
it's two different upbringings
Yes.
because you're training your
Yes,
kids one way,
and
and he's
they're
training
trained
his the other way.
Oh,
Makes
you know what
sense.
I'm
That's
saying?
good.
Yeah,
Makes
you
sense.
see what I'm
you know what
saying?
it is true, and that causes conflict with the children because
Yes.
I'll say this, this is gonna sound jacked up,
Go ahead. Yeah.
but in my kids' case, it sucks that they're not with their fathers on a day-to-day basis, but there's no confusion as far as the understanding of how they are to be raised. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's not like, oh, I'm some Fortune 500 company and their dad is on welfare with his baby mama selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? And is he like, oh, you just get it how you live? And I'm like, no, fix your credit score, work
Yeah.
on your this. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, well, which way? So for me per se, and I've seen it so many times with other people. For my parents, it was simpler shit, like what kind of clothes.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the whole upbringing
No.
because
No.
my
Y'all-
mama
yeah,
did 90%
Y'all make
of
a
that.
good
Yeah,
point because
yeah,
I wanted to bring
yeah,
that up.
yeah. Exactly.
I think overall, in general, that's a good point because, like y'all saying, y'all do have to put the father of y'all children in these situations because they're not holding their end of the bargain or doing what they need to do. But in the general sense, like with men and women, when they have parenting problems and they do have to split, the world and society is going to side with y'all, and it's always going to be that way. So we gotta fight our way uphill from that point on. Anyway. So exactly to y'all point, even about raising them and who gets that?
No, it's not. I'm not gonna say my ex-husband is really good.
Well,
he's always there for his kids.
You guys get a fighting chance.
My kid, my ex-husband is always there for his. I'm not gonna lie. My ex-husband is there for his kids. You know, we do stuff half and half. Okay, but the way the court system is made is always against the man. Okay, not even a man, but a black man. Huh? No, it really is. It really is.
Before we get into that, hold on.
It really is.
It is.
I want to finish my point.
Let Darius finish. Then we're gonna let Daryl
go.
Daryl's on the screen, but let Daryl finish.
It really is.
That's
their point of view.
Let Darius.
I'm trying when it comes to the kids.
No, I'm trying to get their point of view.
Safety of your life. It's not beneficial.
That's a whole other topic.
Right.
So he's talking about the kids.
Yes.
I'm talking about what Darius is talking about right now with the kids. It's harder for a man to see access to their children and say that the mama's really doing wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
It's so harder for that man to prove that the court right.
Because the court don't want to listen.
You understand what I'm saying? So I agree with Darius with
I told y'all I had a friend who was on a hunt to find his child.
James, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
His wife. He went to court.
Hold on.
To because they put a warrant out to find her, and the lady instantly was like, "Oh, we're here for child support."
What?
Wow!
What?
Wow! Did you even look at the paper? Or you just saw a black man standing in front of you.
Wow!
Hold on, we're gonna let Darius go. Then Daryl, I'm gonna let you go. But go ahead, Darius, and then Daryl, you next. Go ahead, Darius, finish your statement. Then we got Daryl Richards on the screen.
That was basically my point, though. Just like the sense of raising the child, the habits, and anything like that.
Gotcha.
Y'all got them all the time, and it don't necessarily have to be like that in the man's eyes, but that's how society makes it.
So they just their mindset goes with what
society makes a man
think.
think. That's why. So I feel y'all on like, they got to be in there raising them or leaving work or doing what we already at the wrong end of the foot and we can't be. So it's just harder. So, but I understand what y'all saying, but that's society, the way they have us trained to think that way. Like, it makes some men do that.
So for me, it's just when I see men who do outside of that, you know what I'm saying? Outside of that, when I see physical examples of that in my life, where I know them, their friends, their cousins, their uncles, who are not having that shit. They're gonna be in their kids' life. They're fighting tooth and nail. So when I look at another man who's like, "Oh, she won't let me see my kids." If my ex-husband were to keep my kids from me, I'm fighting tooth and nail.
Exactly.
Period.
Hey,
But okay, so Daryl Richards, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you pretty good.
All right.
What do you think about all this? What you heard so far?
Okay.
As far
First of all, when a woman get with a man, she got black women and black men they gotta understand something. You gotta get with people you share principles with. The biggest problem with most people, they get with people they don't share principles with. You know what I'm saying? You got good girls that they father's a preacher and they go get with a thug. And then when they get with that thug, their parents didn't accept the person, no way. But they take this thug and they bring it to their family and let him tell all his views, and his views don't go along with their views. Then they make kids, then they separate. When the little boy is at her father's house learning how to be a man of God, he go with his father teaching him how to be a thug. So you really destroy his nature, because his father, his DNA, his mother is his DNA, and you make the child conflicted. Now, issue I have noticed is this, and I'm gonna say this because I need to make this known to people. Most women that they buy these toys. That's the biggest problem with most relationships. When I've been dating these chicks, they're so in love with themselves, they do everything for themselves, including pleases themselves. So when I take them on a date, they just use me for food and take selfies all day and sit around and look at themselves and take pictures of their food and go home. They do not desire a man because they masturbating with a toy so much that a man's sexual place has been removed. So
that's a good point. Okay.
Just to clarify,
hold on, let me rebuttal.
I like a man over any toy. I'm sorry.
Let me rebuttal that. Okay. So let me rebuttal for those of you who are listening and Terrell Watley. I'm gonna go ahead and screenshot your comments, but give me a second. Okay, now. Okay, so this is what you have to understand. What he said goes back to what I said earlier. They are slowly moving the man from the woman as possible. Each generation. The first time they offered benefits to the women to get rid of us, right? Yeah. Now, what they're doing for sexual pleasures, they're trying to remove us for that and replacing us with a toy to where they don't need us for anything. Yeah. So if y'all listen and pay attention, especially in our black community, they're trying to remove us from the women as much as possible, and they are succeeding.
I don't know if that's true, though.
That is, wait a minute.
I've talked to multiple women, and they all said, I'd rather take a real person than a toy.
They're lying. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. In every aspect.
Every woman that I've talked to, they'd rather take a real dick.
I'm about to prove my point.
Than a toy. Okay?
Let me prove my point.
You know, so that's not necessarily true.
I'm about to prove my point.
That's not true.
Any man right now, listen to these women. Listen, wait. Okay. This is my turn.
You can satisfied,
listen,
but it's not the same thing.
Listen to my point.
It is not the same thing.
You have any men on this that's listening been around a group of women and they forget you're there? Listen how they talk. Listen.
Of course they will.
Listen.
Beautiful.
Listen to all you have to do with people nowadays is listen to them. When they talk, you will hear everything, what they like, what they don't like. 90% of the shit they say about men is negative. No. Oh, no. Don't say no, because I talk to a lot of women, and I be out and about. Trust me. Oh, it's negative.
You don't be where I be.
No, you don't be where I be either.
You know, y'all kill me saying that shit. But I can call 10 women right fucking now.
Hold on.
When I hear a woman praising a man,
it's negative.
No, praising a man. I'm surprised. I'm like, damn.
Nigga!
Y'all praise the wrong thing.
No, that's all I hear.
Y'all praise the wrong shit.
What do you mean? I hear women praising men all the time.
Chalk.
They praise.
I
what kind of
always
women?
post, I love my black man. Dear black man,
that's
I love
fake.
you.
We did not see I love black men till George Floyd got killed. Go back when he got killed, then all the black women talk about we love black men. Y'all full of shit. Do not lie, because it's documented. Please don't do that on this podcast.
I have never been with any other race but a black man.
Maybe not you, but the majority. Do not lie. Go back to when George Floyd got killed. Every black woman on social media said, "Oh, I love black men."
Hey, James. Right
before he got killed, so please stop.
James.
Do not do that. Do not do that.
Those same women are still dogging them. They never started saying they love black men.
Go ahead, Daryl.
Okay, listen. Wait. Jada Pinkett.
Okay.
Jada
Why
Pinkett.
we always got me wrong when we done proved our point 3 times?
James.
Y'all are wrong, niggas.
Okay, you always wrong. We always wrong. I can call 10 girls right now, and they'll say, "Oh no, you right."
No, call.
And they all talk the same way.
Okay,
so this is what you call denial.
Let me say something.
Okay,
wait.
I'm gay, and
let him talk.
I didn't hurt.
Let me say something. Wait a minute.
Sharon admitted it. That's why I ain't even have to say nothing. I was waiting to see her point.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I am gay. I'm gay, and I've seen multiple women say, "I like dick."
She not lying. That's real.
I like point dick.
But to that point of y'all praising men publicly, y'all don't. You do. You in the 10%. I give you that. But y'all don't for the most part. Y'all don't. Y'all try to put them down.
James.
It don't matter at the end of the day. At the end of the day,
Hold on,
listen,
Darryl.
Y'all not
Hold on,
gonna tell when a nigga is putting it
I
down
can
anyway,
tell-
because
Yes,
all the
I
girls
do.
gonna be on them, and then
Oh,
y'all
hold on.
giving up
Let me
y'all
say, no.
sneaky link.
This is
It's
what
a
you
level-
do.
levels
No,
to
no,
this
no.
shit. Go
I
ahead.
can
Hold
tell
on.
a real girl that's gay and that's not. Okay.
Okay, hold on.
No, can I say
Half
this?
of them ain't gay. They just mad at men. Let's be honest.
No,
They're not fucking gay.
no, that's not true.
Stop lying. We're
That's
not
not
about to
true.
lie today.
That's not
No.
true. I have
Okay.
a best friend that never even been
They got all
penetrated.
of most of them
I have
mad
a
at
best
men,
friend that's never
and they
been
don't know how to
penetrated,
treat
Jimmy.
men. So it's easy to
Yes.
go to a woman.
Yeah,
Let's
I
be
have a
fucking
best
honest.
friend that's never been penetrated in her
Listen,
life.
I don't give a fuck
So
how
I don't
mad
know
I
what
am
you
at
mean.
one nigga. That ain't got shit to do with the next.
Nah, none.
Most of these
I'm not
women ain't
gonna-
gay. They
I've
don't know
never
how
been
to
like,
treat
oh, I'm
men,
tired of niggas,
and
I'm
they've
going
been
this
hurt. That's all that shit is.
I've never done that.
James,
I've never done
James,
Yeah,
let me say something.
go ahead.
Hold on, Taryn. Hold on. Let me say something.
Nah,
Jada
I'm
Pinkett
not.
said her
Hold on.
grandmother.
Go ahead.
Listen.
Y'all don't see. You got.
Jada Pinkett said
I done seen a lot.
Hold
Hold on,
on.
I can't
Let him
hear.
talk.
I know what shit. I know how to pick a good one. And
Okay,
Taryn,
let
let me
somebody
speak.
else talk.
what?
Taryn, let me speak, please.
Okay.
Jada Pinkett said her grandmama told her the best way to keep a man from controlling you is to take care of yourself. Jada Pinkett said she been masturbating herself since she was 9 years old.
Yeah, her
That
grandma
have
taught
destroyed
that
her
shit. She taught
marriage.
that shit. Who does
Listen,
that?
listen. His mic is low. Just listen.
This is
That shit
This
is
Okay,
weird.
but wait till he's
weird
done.
as fuck.
This has destroyed her marriage and destroyed the next generation to come. Because of that, I'm not saying she shouldn't masturbate and take care of herself. That's not what I'm saying.
Messed up,
But they
dude.
got
She
toys
never been
now.
taught
This
to
shit
be-
never
to
been
do
taught
that
in
without-
the
you know what I'm
first
saying?
place.
Well, no, it's you don't teach a
Why
child
would you,
that she doesn't need a man.
Like, no, not even that. Why are you teaching your child to masturbate in the first place?
Shit weird.
It's weird.
Let him make
Because
his
she's teaching. Let
It's
me
weird.
let me break it
It's
down.
weird.
Let me
That
break
is
it.
weird.
Okay,
That's weird.
okay. You know why?
That's weird.
I'm gonna tell you why.
That's weird.
She's teaching her to do that. That way she doesn't have to depend on a man to please her when she gets older.
It doesn't
Because
matter.
she's teaching her you don't need one for that. That's what he's saying.
It doesn't matter. You can
If-
please yourself all day, but if you like dick, you like dick.
Does
If you
anybody
don't, you
understand?
like
That's
pussy,
not
you
what
like
I'm
pussy.
saying.
What?
What James is saying, he ain't saying that the toy
Okay.
is better. He just saying that's an
They're
alternative.
removing men
that
as much
women
as
can
possible.
use,
Yes.
and then they don't need a man.
But
Yeah, when you're
most of-
terrible.
here's the thing, but the women I know,
You don't get
yeah,
it.
they have their moment. Okay, so the women I know, right? When we have our conversations, there's the women who, you know, occasionally they do, you know what I'm saying, dibble and dabble with their toys. But I'm talking about even married women who had their toys, right? You got
when you're
married women who have their toys.
Listen, let her
And
talk.
you know what I'm saying? And they still do their thing with their husband. That's no different, except for the fact that it's your hand. That maybe one time you might rub one off real quick when your wife ain't around or your
Right.
woman ain't around or whatever the case is. So don't sit here and act like every woman is trying to replace a man with a
from
toy. Because
That's
at
not
the
the
end of the day,
case.
That's not.
me,
That's not the case.
Listen.
personally,
That's not
okay,
the
no,
case.
no,
Listen.
wait a minute, James.
That's not the
No,
case.
wait a minute.
When
That is not the case
listen.
at all.
No,
Okay.
That's not the
what I'm
case.
saying
What
to
the
you
this
is
the
that
case.
me
No,
personally,
it's not the case.
I like skin on skin. I like human contact, right? So at the end of the day, me sitting there using the fucking toy is not. It's not doing nothing for me.
Right.
No, it ain't doing nothing.
Okay,
It's not
now-
doing nothing for me.
Now I understand that. What I'm saying is they are trying to remove men in every category,
What?
and they are succeeding. Which you two are not
Don't you-
understand.
don't you
No,
guys all use your
no.
hand?
Listen,
Let him make his
Listen.
point. Let him make his point.
listen. The independent
Don't you use
women
pussy?
movement.
Yeah.
All these different women groups. Any way they can remove a man,
You
they
guys
are.
have toys, don't you?
You're not getting it.
Y'all have toys?
No, we don't. You're
Yeah,
not
you
getting
do.
it.
Y'all have a lot of toys.
Oh, thank you, sir. These women are
And
Y'all
getting it.
have
half the toys that we got,
Hey, let
we
me
use
say
with
something.
y'all
Let him make
niggas.
his point, 'cause he
Okay,
makes
let me say something.
Half the toys we use with y'all niggas, they got cock rings,
No,
they got pocket
there ain't
You're
rings.
nothing
not
wrong with that. But
understanding.
he's
So now
saying,
you tell
James,
me
hey James, let me
but he's
say
saying
something.
there's
Let me
tools
say
being
something.
provided for
Hold on,
women
they
to be
can't hear you.
toxic.
Hold on.
Okay, but
Wait.
there's niggas out here who are saying the
Hold
same
on.
thing
Let them
y'all
talk. Let
saying.
them talk.
What
Let
can
them
a woman
ramble.
do
Let them
for me
ramble.
that
It's
I
all
don't
right.
have? Oh, you can clean my house, I can pay somebody. Oh, you can cook, I can pay somebody. Oh, you talking about sex, I can pay somebody, or I can get a pocket pussy, or whatever the case is. Y'all niggas doing the same thing.
I think this
But at the
topic
end of
is
the
Why?
day, at the end of the day,
Why are men doing the same thing?
I think
Because we have been removed from every category.
okay, let's go more specific.
Their point was,
Let's go more
but
specific.
let's get
We're
back
gonna
to the
say
topic.
this is
though.
black
Their
people
point was
because
toys.
who the fuck? What else
I'm saying
other
that-
races doing that shit?
Okay.
Who else is doing that shit?
We
You know
talking
what?
about
At the end of the
toys.
day, But I'm just saying in general. At the end of the day, everything that we've talked about is still targeted towards black people. Because at the end of the day, do you hear this conversation with any other race?
That's my point.
Do you hear any other race, any other man of any other race saying, what do you bring to the fucking table?
No, you don't.
No, you don't hear that shit.
You don't hear it.
And at the end of the day, them white folks are still fucking winning because y'all stupid ass niggas are still sitting there talking about how toxic we are. And these stupid ass folks still talking about how toxic y'all are.
Y'all listen to the music. Y'all toxic as fuck.
Table, like financially or something?
No,
niggas,
in
you ain't
general.
never been hearing these stupid ass
In
conversations.
general.
Niggas
With
are
black
out here
women.
asking bitches,
With
what
black
do you bring to the table?
With black
Why
women.
not when they're providing
Black
everything?
women. With black women.
That's not
You
what I
can't
said.
just bring your pussy.
No, that's
Y'all
not
that's
what
what
I
y'all
said.
don't understand.
James, that's not what I said.
Let me make
Do
the
you
point.
ever hear any white
can't
men
just
say
bring
that?
some
No, James.
You know what these white women doing when they men at work? They outside cutting the fucking grass.
But not even
They
that.
doing
No,
shit.
no,
That's
not even
why.
that.
So we're not doing
They doing certain shit.
No, it's
I didn't
not
do
even
anything
that.
No, y'all lazy as fuck.
But I'm saying it's
I
an
didn't do
everyday.
anything.
Y'all ain't cutting no goddamn grass.
Who lazy?
When y'all got niggas
I
pay,
cut
y'all ain't doing
grass.
shit. Y'all
I
lazy.
did cut grass.
That's from experience.
I did
Who
cook
lazy?
grass.
Y'all ain't
I
cutting
cooked
the
dinner
goddamn
3
thing.
times a day.
I'm sorry,
I'm trying to
but
get back
We
on
saying,
point.
I know. Let Darren
I don't know
talk.
what
Go
he's
ahead.
saying, dude.
James about to
Y'all
come
trying
up
me
with
today. Don't do that. Cause I got nothing but facts. But go ahead, Darren. Go ahead.
nigga.
I ain't got nothing but facts.
We giving this.
I told y'all not to do that
No.
shit tonight. I was trying to be
thought-
nice.
I thought the
And I'm letting their ass have it.
No,
And
I
they
thought
wrong.
the
I
topic
proved them
was
wrong
toxic
every
women.
I was
time.
about to say we getting off topic.
Haven't I proved them
No.
wrong? Stop trying to prove me wrong.
James, I thought the
Nobody has succeeded on this show the last year. Prove me wrong. Now stop,
I
please.
proved you
Let
wrong all the
Darius
time,
go.
nigga.
No, you
James,
don't.
you gotta
I
stop
caught your
talking
ass.
for 5 seconds.
Let Darius go. And then we're gonna let Daryl go.
No.
It's Darius' turn, and then we're gonna let Daryl go.
No.
And then it's your turn.
No, the topic is toxic
Okay,
women.
but let Darius go. It's his turn to
You
go.
guys are off topic. Completely.
That's because y'all keep going all over
it's
here
toxic
and there.
women. I
I've
dealt
broken
with
down
toxic
every
women.
core, every
I'm
category.
gay and I've dealt with a toxic woman.
I've broken
Okay?
down why y'all toxic, when it happened, how I've broken it down, and y'all keep interrupting me. Have I not? Please, people in these comments, have I not broken it down?
Interruption is toxicity.
Exactly.
To be honest.
So let Darius go. I've broken it
So-
down and gave you
Okay.
nothing but
So that
facts.
nigga toxic too.
He being toxic.
Oh, okay.
I'm toxic because y'all cutting me off
Y'all are.
when I'm explaining.
Y'all
it.
have
Justifying
been
why you're toxic is also
Hey,
toxic.
y'all been cutting them out.
I'm not saying you two are toxic. I'm talking about in general why women are toxic.
Y'all
Men
get
are also
defensive every time.
right.
you start
I'm trying to
making
prove a
y'all get
point, and I'm not
And don't
disagreeing.
let him finish his point. Y'all
But
don't
that's
let him
why I
finish his
said
point.
I don't like when people make a statement and it make it sound like it's across the board.
Because it's the
But
majority,
Just
not
let
you
him finish his point, though.
two.
Just let him finish his
Not
point,
across
and
the
then
board.
It's
then
not
address
you
it.
two. I'm
But
saying
then
the
when you're
You don't
majority.
know what he got.
I'm
Say-
saying the majority.
Okay, well then say the majority.
I did.
Nah,
Please read. Watch
not
this
every
back.
time. You said it one time out of all the time.
I said how many percent? I said 90, which is the majority. If I say 51%, that's the majority because over half.
All right.
Am I right or wrong?
All right.
Okay,
Still
thank
off
you.
Topic anyway.
We don't-
Because y'all keep cutting me off, but let Darius go.
Can we get back on topic?
Y'all-
We keep getting off topic because y'all don't know how to let a man speak.
But I don't, because I forgot my motherfucking point.
It's the toxicity of women.
No, it was something to do with Daryl because he was talking about the toy, and then he made a good point.
He made a good point because what they're
Replacing
doing,
you guys with the
along
toy.
with what I was saying, with what Jessica said earlier, she made a good point.
Replacing you guys.
She said when women were getting beat up, and back then,
But
go ahead, dear. Go
my
ahead.
point was, it's just a tool they were saying that's being provided for women that want to be super feminine or toxic, if you want to call it,
Like
and
women
throw it
empowerment.
and throw it in these
Exactly.
niggas' faces.
Women
That's what
empowerment,
he's saying.
yeah.
That's all he's saying. Not saying it's better than a nigga or nothing like that.
But slowly,
I'm not saying-
it
No,
removes
you know what?
the man.
You are right because let me tell you where things have switched. Instead of just saying, "Hey, woman, you can be your own person. You can have your own identity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can dream big and do what you want." It was a we don't need men. That's where the fucking toxicity came in.
Yeah, that's
Because that's not
This
how
is
we
true.
were made. We were made man needs woman, woman needs man. That was
It's
never
not-
supposed to be.
And it's not even y'all, to be honest. So to their point,
Right.
what they said initially
Oh, and
about
femininity.
James,
about
That's white.
James, can you hear me?
That's white woman
to
bullshit.
getting the
Yeah,
man
that
out
was
the
a white
household, the
Because
government,
they don't even fuck with us.
from getting the man out the
They don't fuck
household
with us.
all
Hold
the
on,
way
Daryl.
down to
Feminists
the
don't fuck
toy.
with us.
On
Hey,
every
James,
level.
listen.
Not fuck with
They're
us.
trying
So
to
you
remove
can't
the
be
man.
Listen,
us.
James.
You can't put us in that
All right, we're
The
gonna.
feminists don't
Okay.
fuck with
No,
us.
the issue
dude.
is that black women have been dumb enough to put themselves in that position, knowing that white women wasn't vouching for us. They weren't talking
They
about us.
weren't talking about themselves. They're talking about
We just fed
themselves.
into their bullshit.
What?
We should have went and did like this and minded our own fucking business.
But since y'all controlling and they offer y'all
You all
benefits,
control too.
no.
All black people controlled at the end of the
See,
day.
when I try to make my statement, y'all want to flip it.
All black people
No,
controlled at the end
black
of the day.
men think for themselves.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
No, you don't.
See, that's another topic, but we're gonna let
No, you
Darren go.
don't.
Go ahead, Darren.
No, you don't.
Go
Hey,
ahead.
James.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Gerard, they was whooping
Wait a
their
minute,
ass.
Taryn.
Right? They just didn't
Hold on,
tell
hold on.
nobody.
Let me speak, Taryn.
I'm looking
Go
at the
ahead.
comments.
Let them speak.
It wasn't telling
Listen.
nobody was getting their ass beat.
Go ahead.
Everybody was
Hey,
getting their ass beat.
listen.
Right?
The
It's
black
still
woman,
their ass
the
beat.
black woman in America is
Still
a
taking-
victim.
What?
I said
The
what?
black woman in America is a victim of the women's liberation movement of 1967. You need to look that up. You all are falling into a play to destroy us. That's why we have less than 1% of the wealth in this country, because our women keep separating from us. What they started doing right now, Taryn, do you realize you're a triple minority? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
You can get grant money for $3 million. Do you know that? You know why? Because a black woman is a double minority, but you're a gay black woman. Obama put a bill in place. If you start your own business as a triple minority, you can get $3 million. A minority can get 1 million. Listen, a minority qualified for 1 million. A double minority, which is a black woman, qualified for 2 million. A gay black woman is a triple minority. You're worth $3 million right now if you just fill out certain forms with a BDA. Certain forms you can fill out and you'll get that kind of wealth. So what can a man tell you? You said what?
Send me them forms.
I'm dead serious.
Links.
No, I'm dead serious. So
I'm dead serious.
but this was done. This was purposely done to devalue the black man and the black family. Don't you understand that?
See, this is where we gotta make. This is where we need to be wise. That's what, you know how like they always talk about. They talk down on people who lie about like their situation so they could get benefits. I wish I would have used that shit to my advantage at that time period to just lie about whatever my income was, just so I can get myself ahead with my business. So now that I have a higher paying job, no, because I didn't.
I never did that.
This is what I did. This is what I did. I lied. I did because me and my ex-husband used to go back and forth, and we used to use my mom's address when he wasn't at home, so that way I'm gonna have my man and I'm gonna have my benefits. Fuck y'all. I'm not gonna keep my man out because these fucking benefits, because at the end of the day, I knew what I was trying to build with him. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. So at the end of the day, if these people want to give me money because I'm a black woman, I can still use those same benefits to make sure that me and my man eat.
But that's not what they want, is what he's saying.
Oh, of course. But that don't mean that ain't what I'm going to do.
And when you get caught, they want to cut you off. That's what he's saying.
Oh,
so,
no, I know.
So what he's saying is with
but
the whole...
But you got to learn how to work the system is all I'm saying.
How it started. But a lot of people don't want to do that. They'd rather say, you know what? If I get rid of this person, I'm good to go. I don't have to worry about a house, food, or nothing, is what he's saying.
Right. Nah.
So what he's saying is, pretty much what they did was brainwash y'all and manipulated y'all pretty much to get rid of us, and then down the line now they're trying to do it to where, okay, here's these toys, y'all don't need them for this either, is what he's trying to say. The point, yeah. So what he's saying is each generation they're trying to make sure y'all need us less and less, and they are right because it is working.
But the whole time niggas have been cheating on women.
We ain't denying that.
We're not saying that.
Hold on.
So women ain't cheated too?
Beating them.
Statistically, women cheat more than men. So let's not go there. Statistically, women cheat more than men.
You gotta be wrong because we get away with it.
Exactly, because women cheat more than men. So let's not go there.
What you just said, it was right, because when I wasn't getting child support on a consistent basis, I had child support, right? I mean, I was getting my benefits.
Right.
The moment that my ex-husband started paying child support consistently, they cut me off.
They will.
Yeah, they will.
They cut me off.
James, let me say something.
All right, hold on. We got another comment from Daryl.
Listen. The women's liberation movement was in 1967. We didn't get our civil rights in 1968. The reason they gave us our civil rights, it's a lot of reasons they gave us our civil rights, but they gave us our civil rights because the black man, the black woman was unifying. We was denying these things because we were still in unity. After we got our civil rights, and then the 1970s came, that's when they brought in the projects, the welfare programs, and they attacked us with those welfare programs, and they made our women victims to the system. All I'm trying to tell y'all is this. Listen, in the 1960s, the 70s, the 80s, in the 90s, if a man had a job, he made enough money to take care of his entire family. He had enough money to buy a house. He had enough money to pay for a car and enough money to send 3 of his kids to college. Now, a man with a single job, a man can't do it alone. They didn't change the whole game to a man got to work, a woman got to work, and sometimes his kids got to grow up to help because they didn't raise. Yep. It's called illegal inflation. All right. It's illegal inflation, so we got to work together or we gonna lose. But what they did was this: they took our jobs and gave them to our women. They said, "Nah, she worked just as good as you, so we gonna give her the job over you." I seen a female on the back of a garbage truck the other day, and she was a nice looking female, but she did not qualify to lift 100 pounds. So why is she on the back of that garbage truck?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You know what? I argue with them about this.
So,
we talking about. Hold on.
First off,
hold on. Wait a minute.
Wait. If she's not qualified to pick up 100 pounds, then that's y'all fault for
hiring her. But
that's their fault.
I just like me and him talked about this a year ago. It was 4 women on the back of a fire truck. I disagreed with it. Me, Daryl, and 2 other dudes, we at least 230 apiece. Dead weight, they're not going to get us out of there.
Not at all. They're not.
No. I'm not knocking women for equal rights, but men and women are not equal in everything.
No, they're not.
They're not. I can't even get a nigga that's 270 by myself.
But if she's a big...
No, they weren't big.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Most of the time they're not.
But they weren't.
Like if she was like
250.
All right.
Yeah. 250.
Have at it.
6'4".
But I personally will not be a firefighter. You know, there's certain factory jobs I won't take. There's certain things I won't take. You know why? Because my mom said certain shit like, you can't pick up heavy shit like that. You'll mess up your reproductive organs. You know what I'm saying? That's
right, for women.
Yeah, so good point. So when women do decide to do that and want to do that, is that a bad thing? And is that them being toxic?
It's if they're qualified to do it.
Femininity.
I think
totally
if that's something.
When they run into a house and
James'
big ass need to get picked up, but the Painesville, the Euclid Fire Department wanted to be politically correct and hire little Susie Q to come in and help.
I'm dead.
Hold on.
If I'm 100 pounds,
Susie should not be the only one going in the house.
Point blank. If I'm,
he said 4 girls was in the back of the truck.
Okay, well,
and
then
4
all
grown men my size. They're gonna be all dead, including the firefighters.
But wait a minute.
They're all
They
dead.
had to put this nigga on the dolly.
They're all dead.
Think about this. That's bullshit because y'all thinking about one bitch going in there. But at the end of the day, when the SWAT team roll up on your house, it's a bunch of men, right?
No,
You're
you
not
gotta.
going,
It's different.
Some fire
No,
situations where only one person can fit in a certain. It's
now,
a lot
okay,
that go
well,
into
yes,
that.
but if it's a situation where only one person can fit, right? You have to pick who's ever best qualified for that one moment. Now, if you know it's a tiny spot, you don't have a choice but to send a tiny person in there, whether man or woman.
A tiny man is different than a tiny woman.
Stronger than a tiny woman.
Now that's what I understand.
That's what we're saying.
So is a woman being toxic for even trying to be gung ho and be like, I want to prove myself and be a firefighter?
And then 4 niggas get killed.
No, I think
then
it
4
really
grown men get
depends
killed
on the reasonings, right? So that's just saying like, oh, if I say I want children, right? What's my reason for wanting children?
I mean, Hitler justified.
It all depends on his
right. But what I'm saying is, if I say I want children, me saying I want children to get a tax return is toxic. Me saying I want children because I want a family.
No, it ain't because it's legal. It's legal.
It's raggedy.
Legal and toxic.
I'm not having.
Legal is different. Now you try to mix different things.
Not having kids.
That's legal.
You're gonna have a kid and then get a tax return.
That's legal.
It's raggedy.
It's legal.
It's raggedy.
It's raggedy.
Toxicity is legal, especially feminine.
Back to what,
having kids to get money is legal.
What your friend Daryl said.
See, y'all trying to mix shit again.
He's
well,
right.
Listen,
James.
James.
Back to a United States.
James, listen, you got to understand something. Men and women do not think alike. That's the first thing you got to understand whenever you get ready to have a conversation. Men and women do not even go through the same things every month. So they do not think like you. So you got to understand that. So when you're talking to a female, you got to ask her how is her perspective on it. And then you try to explain it to her with your logic compared to her logic. She don't think the same way as you. See, a woman is not going to take care of family 9 times out of 10. She's not going to take care of her man and her kids. She'll take care of the kids, but she's not going to take care of a man because a man is a natural provider and a protector.
That's a lie.
Huh?
That's
Well,
a lie.
no, listen.
That's
You're
a
talking
lie.
on average, correct?
No, I
Listen.
took care of my man for a couple years.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of years.
Okay.
The majority.
No,
So I just
that's
want
a
to
The
lie.
say
majority.
this.
No,
Okay,
that's a
I
lie.
got that. I got
Okay.
that.
That's a lie.
All I want to say is that
It's
I'm
not a big
going
lie.
back to what Daryl
That's your
said.
perspective because your experience.
Well, no. Here's the thing.
The
What I'm saying-
majority.
Okay. What I'm
He's
saying.
right.
What I'm saying is.
That's your
I can bring
Y'all
10.
won't
Listen,
respectfully take care of a man. Y'all won't respectfully.
yeah.
you
Y'all
bring
won't be
10
the same
women
way.
in here.
No,
Listen,
yes,
listen.
we did.
Listen.
Yes, it will.
Y'all will
You
look
can-
down on them.
Wait.
Go ahead.
We
Wait.
can bring 10 women
Hold
in
on.
here.
A man will
Hold
take care of
I
a woman and not
guarantee
look
you.
down on them.
Can I say
Exactly.
my piece? Can I say my piece?
It's about building.
My ex-husband, right? There was a point in time where he was like, "Hey, if you don't want to work, you don't have to work. I can handle stuff." Okay, cool, right? So there was a point in time where he lost his job. I was like, I got it. I went out and I got a job. Now the issue with that is that he was like, I had it. And in my mind, I was like, I'm saving us. I'm
Right.
holding my man down.
Right.
Right?
That's
I
different.
didn't
No,
look at
no,
him
y'all said
as
the
less
all women
than.
don't hold.
We didn't say all.
The
No,
majority
not
do
all.
not.
No,
I
not
said-
all,
let me-
but
Let me
I
break
no,
my
no, no.
point.
I didn't do
But
I
there's a
said-
shit ton of men.
Majority
No.
do not.
There's a shit ton of men
Majority
that I've had
do not.
conversations with who said that the moment they lost their job or they were down on their luck or whatever the case is, that same bitch that was riding with them dogged them like they were
The
nothing.
majority. Didn't I just say it?
A
Did
shit
not
ton of
just
men.
say it.
Yes.
The majority.
So,
That's how it
And
works.
you know what?
So
Didn't I
that's
just
what-
say it?
That's what women in toxicity.
Hey, James.
No,
James.
that's how women
It's
work.
no. Can I say
Toxicity.
no toxicity?
I know. Now
Ain't
she's
that
talking
what
about
I
this
said?
shit.
The majority.
Can I please talk?
I'm tired of being right.
No, can I please
I
talk?
said it.
Women
Go
are
ahead.
kind of toxic. I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie.
kind of.
All right.
Let her talk. Let her talk, James.
Whatever. No, I've dealt with women. Men,
Kind of?
whatever. What? It doesn't matter. It's based on the person.
At
Okay.
the end of the day,
If the
what
person
Daryl
is
said
toxic,
was
if
right.
the
We need to
person
come back together.
it's toxic. It's how they're
We're losing
raised.
because of that.
It's their upbringing.
And why are they
And then
raised
we-
that way?
Yeah.
James,
And
let her
Daryl
talk.
said it
Because
comes
the
back to
men
the
are
women's
not
versus
in-
principles.
The men
Your
are not
principles
in
are
the
matching.
household.
The principles
That's
aren't
where we keep
matching.
fucking up.
That's where it gets toxic. Okay.
Where it gets
James,
toxic.
let me say something. Let me say something,
Daryl,
James.
wait,
Let me
Daryl.
say something.
Wait a minute, Daryl. Let me tell you something. We just
Right.
talked about this shit before we went live, and I literally told Taryn, I said, where we fuck up is we keep loving broken people.
Yes. Broken people.
That's a good one.
We keep loving and that ties in
Broken
to
people.
your
But you attract what you
principle.
are, so y'all broken too. Then.
You're right.
Yeah, I might be.
y'all
Not
gotta be
only
honest
that,
with
right.
yourself.
but women
Because
always
think
trying
about
to
it.
fix a
Think about it.
man.
Who are
I don't
psychologists?
know.
You
I don't
can't
know
fix
about that.
everybody.
Yeah, you gotta
Who
fix
are
yourself
comedians?
first.
Yes.
They're sad people.
Yes. Exactly.
Well, guess what?
I might
Leave
be.
them
I
niggas
don't know.
alone. How about that?
Until you
James,
not
let
broken,
me say
until you
something.
feel complete.
James,
Leave broken men alone.
James,
Somebody
James, let me say something.
You're
You
so
gonna let
fucking
Daryl
right.
go.
You are right.
Listen,
You're right.
listen,
You're right.
listen.
You're right. You're
Listen.
absolutely right.
Go ahead.
Exactly
The
right.
biggest
Hold on.
lie,
Let
the
Daryl
biggest
go.
lie ever told on the black man is the black woman is so unprotected. Let me tell you why that is. If James slapped you right now, you call your uncle, you call your brother, or you can even call your son. They gonna come there to whoop his ass. White people don't even do they don't even behave like that. But a black woman would stand right there and say the black woman is so unprotected because they heard another black woman say that dumbass shit. And that's the
No.
biggest lie they ever told on us.
Daryl, can I tell you that from
Exactly.
my hold
Thank
on.
you, sir.
No, from my own experience, right? From my own experience, a recent experience, months ago, I had a moment where I purposely put something out on social media so that people will understand the bullshit that I was going through, right? And I got a lot of this. Yep. Matter of fact, I just told
Right.
somebody the other day. I said I don't believe that my brother would protect me. My own brother, my daddy would, and I don't feel like I'm like 1,000% unprotected. I do feel like there are certain men in my life that will, you know what I'm saying, that will come to bat for me. But there's a lot less than more. If there's 10 men in my life, I can only count on 3 of them.
What's your name?
Jessica.
Okay, Jessica, listen to this. Listen to this, Jessica. 80,000 black women have come up missing since 2016. 80,000. And let me tell you something. 80% of those black women that have come up missing on their profiles, they say they are into interracial dating because they told them the black man not going to protect you. You don't
What the
need
fuck
him.
I tell you? I said I won't date a white man because I'm scared I'm gonna come up missing. I said
But what
that
I'm saying
shit.
is this.
I just said that shit.
You don't have a microphone. Hold on.
My bad. I just said that.
But I did.
But what I'm saying is this.
Hold on.
I dated a lot of white men.
No.
Let him
I-
talk.
give me a
Let him
break.
I
finish.
dated a lot of white men. I never came
What
Go ahead, Daryl.
you're told you're not protected, but you're putting yourself in a position where you are not protected, and now they're stealing your organs. They're kidnapping
Yes.
black women and stealing their organs
Stealing
to make
organs.
transgender babies. That's what it is.
You think that shit a joke? That little boy they wrapped up in that damn breast.
All right, so
cement,
I'm
they
about
had
to pull up
paper
some of the
stuffed
comments.
to where
Give
his
me 1
organs
second.
was.
I dated a white man my whole
All right.
life.
You can
Okay,
have.
hold on. Okay, I'm pulling up some of the comments.
Never
Who is this? Terrell Watley?
come left.
Thank you for the comments. This is a good comment. Y'all about to be mad.
This
But-
is good. I already
but-
know which one you
But
read.
once again,
Y'all about to be mad.
What's the comment?
now listen.
Y'all saw me.
When I read the comment, please comment below because he is absolutely right.
Calm down.
You can call. Listen,
Don't do
I
it.
don't give a damn.
He
You can
says
call
foul
me a
shit.
woman
Stop.
basher.
Don't.
You can call me whatever you want, but the facts are the facts.
Opinions aren't facts.
When are black women going to hold other black women accountable for this toxic behavior?
I, Jessica Savage.
I tried to.
No.
One at a time.
Wait, I, Jessica
One
Savage.
at a time.
I hold my friends accountable,
I tried.
and they hold me accountable. I've had a friend say, "Why the fuck you keep walking in the traps? You see a trap, and you be like, doo, doo, doo." I've had friends say that shit to me, or I've been in my marriage, and I call my friend. I'm like, "Hey, da, 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 da," and she be like, "No, you're wrong."
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, just like you pick, wait a minute, just like you have to have credentials when you pick your men, you have to have credentials when you pick your friends. I don't have any yes men as friends.
Well-
I've told my own friends, no, that shit you did is toxic.
Okay.
Walk away.
Well,
Be done.
Terrell don't necessarily know
No.
y'all. And
No,
y'all
he doesn't know
Right,
me.
right.
That's my friend.
He
okay.
means the majority.
He means the majority.
You're not talking
I
about
tried
majority.
to get,
We
I
got
tried to get people
people like
accountable for
Meg
their
the
actions.
Stallion.
No,
And
lately.
I had to bring up somebody that's just famous as an example.
Another.
Gets away with toxic behavior and is literally in McDonald's.
Look at this
commercials.
comment.
This nigga got a Happy Meal named after her, all types of shit.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if a
yeah.
man is doing that, moving that same type of way, they get crucified. The baby ain't getting no
Future
commercial
gets
shit like that
crucified.
no more.
Future
Any
get crucified.
type of
Yeah.
thing we would deem toxic on the mainstream level, I think that's what he's speaking to. Y'all don't
Wait a
hold other
minute.
black women
They did two
accountable
different
on that.
types of
No, I
toxic shit.
tried to hold
The baby was
black
over
women
there being
accountable for her
disrespectful.
actions.
And it doesn't work, does
And
it?
it doesn't work.
I mean,
Thank you.
the baby
no, I get
is
it.
disrespectful. I understand why the baby losing his sponsorships and
She's
shit
just
like
being
that.
ratchet. That nigga
Yeah.
being
No,
disrespectful.
she being ratchet too. You can't be out
No, I
there.
said she's being ratchet. He being disrespectful.
I mean, that's both toxic behavior.
Let
It
me
is,
read this
it is.
comment from Terrell Watley.
I'm not even count.
Tyrese cried and women clowned him, but Jada cheated and women praised her. Make it make sense.
Praise. You know what?
Y'all did praise Jada.
No.
Y'all praised Jada.
No.
Yes, y'all didn't praise her.
I did not
Y'all
praise her.
defended her.
No,
Y'all
I
defended
didn't.
her.
No,
Y'all
I
did.
What I
No,
said
I
was,
said Will.
I
is
said
a
Will
punk
signed up
for
for that shit.
No,
That's
I said
not
Will.
good. That's
No, I said
defending
Will
her.
should let her
No.
ride.
Y'all wouldn't tell
I said
Jada
Will-
she signed up for that shit. Y'all would be
No,
like, she gotta
I
leave
said
that
Will
nigga.
should
or
have let her
something.
No.
ride on it.
What she should have did was, if that's
Will
not
should
what
let
you
her got
wanted, you
roasted
shouldn't have got
for
in there.
all the stuff that she
But
has
if-
done to him all
If
year.
I sit here and I tell you,
Will should let
I
her
don't
get
want a
roasted.
monogamous
I would have just
relationship,
sat there
and you
and let her
continue
get
on
roasted.
This is
telling
good.
me
I like
that
this.
you
I
still
would have let her
want
get
this,
roasted.
then
Wait,
whose
wait.
fault is that? a thug, and then when she get a thug and he break her heart, you want to look crazy.
Okay,
Hey, James,
so
James, let me say something, James.
It sound like
okay.
you're
Jada-
defending her.
James,
No.
let me say
I
something.
think Will should just let her roll. It got roasted. He's been roasted all
That's
year.
what I said.
All
That's what
year.
I
My
said.
feelings was hurt for that man.
She should
No,
got roasted.
No,
Because
she should have.
Tam's right. That's what I said.
I'm saying initially when all this shit came
He
out,
should have let her get roasted.
men
dude.
had this energy for Jada. Was
Will
dogging
was
Jada,
laughing, dude.
and
Will
females
was
in
laughing.
general was
He was
saying
having a good
Jada.
time.
Y'all
This
was
is
saying
his
this
time.
was
You
their
know that?
relationship. It was an
No,
open relationship.
no,
That's what
no,
people
no,
were
no,
saying.
no.
Which was
I
true.
never agreed with Jada.
But she was
Saying
moving
it's an open
toxic this whole
relationship,
time.
No, I never ever agreed
I
with
said
Jada.
Good.
all I said was is the only difference between the two differences between Jada and Will is one, they both was stepping out, right?
Right.
Yes.
The difference is that the nigga she was fucking with open his mouth.
Open his mouth.
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly.
And two, that nigga
Because he was in love with her.
no, and then two
Yeah, he was
is
sprung.
she's running her
yes.
mouth
Yes.
about their intimate issues, and he's not. That's where it's what I'm saying. That's the
The
biggest problem.
thing is,
Not the fact that what I'm saying
Will has
you
got
doing bullshit in the relationship.
I think
Okay,
y'all
that
got
you
this
gotta tell
energy
everybody.
after the fact.
No.
Women
no,
ain't had
can I-
this
can I-
energy initially.
can I-
Y'all,
can I-
it sound good now, but I saw the writing on the
no,
wall
no,
when all this shit was
Can I say
happening.
something?
My
Y'all did not
feelings,
have
No,
this
no,
energy.
no. Can I say
my
something?
feelings was hurt
No,
for Will
no,
because
no.
it's like it
My
didn't matter.
feelings
Like when
already
he went up
hurt
there and
for Will.
slapped that man, I
Yeah.
said, okay, they sit there and they
You
talk
understand.
about how wrong that nigga was for slapping her. I was like, hey, I'm for Will. What he was
Yes,
trying to do
yes,
is he
exactly.
was trying to defend his wife. Now
Yes.
people wanted to go into the background. I said at the end of the day, none of that matters. You know why? Because whatever bullshit that they went through, he chose to stick around.
He
So
did.
you don't just decide I'm gonna stick around, but I'm still not gonna do my duty.
No.
But let's just
Hold
say,
on.
wait, let's just say that
I
same
disagree.
scenario
At this
happened
point-
and he never went up there,
No,
right?
no.
When
And-
half
no,
your-
Wait.
He should
Let's
have just
say-
let it ride.
No, hold
He
on.
should've just let it get
What I'm
roasted.
saying,
That's what I'm saying. He
is
should've
let
just
And
Will
he
let
would
her
look
get around.
bad. He would
Thank
look bad.
you. If
Will
he
was
would've
in a
did
lose-lose
nothing,
situation.
They still would have talked about him. He was in a lose-lose situation.
So what are you gonna do?
Wait a minute.
That's it.
Wait.
Walk away.
Slap a
What are you
nigga.
gonna do?
Hold on.
Nigga.
Two things.
Right.
Here's two things.
What are you gonna do?
Because that woman's protected.
Okay.
What are you gonna
Keep
do?
my
What are
fucking
you gonna
name,
do in that
wife's
Right.
name out your mouth.
Like,
Two
you're getting
things.
roasted all year.
Hold
no,
on.
you're getting roasted all year long.
Okay.
Will's getting roasted all year long.
No
Two
matter what.
things.
He's being played like a punk all year long. And the minute he goes to the Grammys, this is his moment. This is his moment. Will is D1.
Okay, but he
She's
showed.
D2.
No, he's not no more. 'Cause
No,
he
no,
showed.
no.
He showed he
at
don't
the
have no
time.
balls.
This is his
He
moment.
showed you.
This is Grammys.
Looked like he had some balls when he was out there slapping.
I don't get
for all
no.
the
That's
white
No.
but what do y'all
Just
get
stop.
about no
You're
ball?
saying-
Listen,
Wait
Will
a
in
minute.
every step of the. Y'all
This is
problem
his
is y'all don't know
situation.
how y'all don't love like Will love.
Will
And
is
y'all don't
stupid.
understand the dichotomy
Will
of
is
their
stupid.
relationship.
Will
No,
loves
listen,
Jada.
listen.
like
He was laughing.
crazy.
She looked at this nigga with a
She's
side eye,
toxic.
and then he take his corny
Okay.
ass up there.
Okay.
That's
Jada's
bullshit.
toxic.
That don't mean a nigga
Jada
don't
is
got balls.
toxic.
So this
He ain't
nigga
got
just
no
love
balls.
Jada and her
If that was
family.
Steve Harvey up
Jada
there to
is
rock
toxic.
anybody else, he would have sat his ass right there and kept on laughing.
No,
I don't
Jada-
want to hear that shit.
Jada is
That's
the
a whole
I don't
lot
wanna
of
hear
woulda,
that.
coulda,
I
shoulda
don't want to hear that
about
shit.
a nigga
Hey,
who
James.
He
Hey,
sang
yo,
all
James.
in his house.
Muhammad fucking Ali.
He was fucking his wife in the other bedroom in the same house.
Will
He ain't
Smith
do nothing.
would not
I wanna hear
Chris
that.
Rock the fuck out, his little brother.
I don't
the fuck
want
out,
to-
all them niggas the fuck out. I don't
His,
wanna hear that
his
shit.
wife was getting
He
fucked in the
not
other
Steve
room,
Harvey, all
and he ain't
that
do a
the
damn
fuck out.
thing. I don't want to hear that shit.
He-
James.
Will
James.
low-key-
He signed
It's
up.
bullshit.
I low-key
James. James.
girls to the death.
No.
Yeah.
James.
low-key think-
Hey, yo, James.
I low-key
His
think-
daughter wrote a
And
letter to
she-
Tupac.
I low-key
Come
think
on.
You talk
Jada,
about the
Come on, people.
Jada is
James.
fucking bitch this nigga or something.
No, she's the
She
ultimate.
got
James.
or something. She got this
She's
nigga
the
in a spot.
ultimate toxic
I wish
woman.
I could get a
This
man to
nigga
love
love
me like
her.
Will love. She
Yes.
upset.
James.
That's
James.
I want that
And
love
I-
from a man,
and
okay?
It's
Hold on,
James.
Daryl. I heard you.
Toxic
Hold on,
woman.
Daryl.
She's
Can
the
you hear me?
toxic
Okay.
That
woman.
kind of love.
You
Two
want a
things.
toxic
I don't
woman
want
that
that kind of
I don't
love.
want
That's
that
some
kind of
scary shit.
Two things.
But here's the thing. I personally am willing to reciprocate.
Okay, but listen.
That's my thing.
Listen.
Yeah.
You two, listen.
I'm cool.
Two things.
I'm cool.
Okay,
No,
listen.
she's the ultimate toxic woman.
Two things.
What?
We know that. Two things. Two things. For one,
That woman's toxic. What?
he can't leave.
He
I'm gonna
get
tell
away.
you why he
You
can't
gotta
leave.
get away.
It will cost him too much.
No, it won't.
He's worth $300 million.
They ain't got-
They've
they
been
got
no.
prenup. They
Stop
got a
talking.
prenup.
Stop.
They got a
Stop.
prenup.
Stop.
They got a
Stop.
prenup.
Even with a prenup, when you go to
Take
court,
half this nigga money,
you
man.
it's still gonna be renegotiated. Stop cutting me off.
Yeah.
For one, that's the most reason why he hasn't left because he know when he'll lose.
Yup, that's true.
Yeah.
That's good.
So let's be honest.
That's
I,
true.
I think he
That
loves
is
her.
true,
though.
though.
I
He
really
does.
think he
Two,
loves
he
her.
does
really
let
loves
wait.
that woman. He really loves her.
We know that. He loves her.
Toxic.
But this the
He
thing.
with a
This
toxic
the
woman.
listen.
You want to get on the topic?
Okay.
We ain't even talk about the topic.
Go ahead, keep talking. Go ahead.
Let me finish this point.
Number
Toxic
two.
woman.
Number two. If you're a real man and you have balls, if something's funny to me, whether you look at me funny or not, I'm gonna laugh. Number three, if he felt like Chris Rock really disrespected her, Chris Rock is not a stranger to them. He should have said something, put him aside, hey man, you disrespect my woman, you gotta go apologize.
Yeah,
Wait, I'm not done. I'm not done. If would have listen, Chris Rock, for one, also didn't even write the joke. He gave them a heads up. Wait up.
He got ghostwriters.
We know. Okay, hold
He
on.
got ghostwriters.
Okay.
He said before he said the joke to give them a heads up. Jada, I love you. Meaning the joke is coming. I'm not a comedian, and I know that.
Yes, it's ghostwriters doing this.
And when he slapped him, even Steve Harvey called the nigga out and said that was a Hollywood move because he knew he could get away with it. So please stop making excuses for this nigga. Because anybody else who been up there, he wouldn't have got his ass up.
No, yeah, exactly.
So let's stop saying
I gotta agree with James on this
he's
one.
protecting black women and all this other corny
I
shit.
gotta agree
Because
with this one.
you cannot protect somebody and you should that doesn't have your back.
Yes.
So I don't want to hear that black women protect shit.
I
Stop
didn't say none
talking.
of
Wait
that.
a minute.
Did I say
Wait a minute. I'm not done
I didn't
talking.
say any of that.
Didn't I? Okay,
I didn't
stop.
say none of that. I said Jada
Because when
toxic.
this first happened,
I said Jada
everybody said black women need to be protected, which they
Right.
do.
I never
Wait,
said
I'm-
Black
none of
men
that.
need to be
Did I say
never
you?
Said, no, I never
I
said
said
that.
everybody. I
No,
didn't
I've
say you.
never said
Taryn,
that.
he's just saying in
Making it
general.
in
not
general.
Our debating.
I've never
Let me
said
make this
In
point.
general, the most women that are saying that shit, guess what? I've dealt with you. You don't have a nigga's back if your life fucking depended on
No,
this
you
shit.
don't.
And I'm not done.
Not at all.
Do not ask somebody to protect you if you don't have their back.
Hey,
That is a hypocrite. Black, white, Puerto Rican, Hispanic, I don't care about the color, it's your character. Stop asking black men to protect y'all when y'all will get rid of this nigga at the drop of a dime and don't have his back.
She's
That's
toxic, dude. That's
Really?
the whole point of the
Ain't
conversation.
that the point I'm
I
making?
dealt with a
And
toxic
is that the point?
And
girl.
let's not make
What
it
you
about
mean?
black and white.
It has
I
nothing
think
to
that's
do
a
with
Because,
problem.
but that's the you don't hear.
She is toxic.
They shit is Hollywood.
When do you
It's
hear-
past black and white.
I made it about race
She is
because I said
toxic.
some of this,
Okay.
a lot of these
She's toxic
topics
point
can
blank.
fall more so in the black category than others. You know what I'm saying? Because like when I said something about bringing, you know, what do you bring to the table? I've never heard any other race say shit like that. Or no, I don't sit here and say, oh, I feel so unprotected. But at the same time, there's very few men that I can, you know, that I can reach out to for protection. You know what I'm saying?
To counter that though, I see other races because I watch like people like Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan. I watch a lot of white people stuff. They had that same dynamic. Black people, we don't necessarily fuck with white people shit, so we don't get delved into their culture. That shit is in every culture. Them treating their women the way that we all think we treat y'all. That shit is across the board, man.
I mean, I'm not saying that there's not the mistreatment, but I think I was more so focused on the whole
calling y'all out. It's the same way. White men call their white women out too.
Yeah. Here's what I believe.
see it on Facebook. I see it.
I
just saw.
Yes, I see
a
a lot of
little
people.
white
One
women
at
complaining about
one
it.
at a time.
But
Let him
here's the thing.
finish.
At the end of the day, we losing because we're falling into the exact trap that they want us to fall into. And think about it back in the day, like when she was talking about back in the day, when back in the 1930s, let's just hit the 30s. That's when you had a whole household. You had husband, wife, and children, right? In the black community, they didn't like that shit. They didn't want us to thrive because at the end of the day, we were better than them because their houses were broken, fucked up, whatever the case may be. So they put things into place, like you say, the government, the toys, the yada, 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 the dreams of whatever the case is to divide us. So now here we are, years later,
with this division, and all we're doing is causing more division
Chaos.
by saying
Yes.
you did this, that.
Yes.
But here's where the issue is. We are saying everything that we are doing wrong. When we with a child, you don't just tell a child what they're doing wrong. You also tell them what they're doing right. You also make sure that you remind them that I'm an advocate for you. You also make sure you remind them that I love you.
You're good
no
for
matter
that.
what.
You got a good balance.
Yes,
You have to have a balance. But when I hear shit like this,
but that's a good thing. I gotta be able to call you out when you slipping, and I gotta praise you to push you to uplift you.
Yes.
When you have a community of people who do not take accountability, that's not going to work.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
Y'all
not.
do that with women.
No.
Wait, let me tell you why.
Y'all don't hold
Okay.
women accountable.
The thing is,
Women, y'all not
Wait.
accountable for shit.
Women don't hold other women accountable.
Let me tell you
And men
why.
can't hold y'all
Let me
accountable.
tell you
Go
why
ahead.
that is that. Let me tell you why that's not true, because
man, that's not true.
you guys are telling
Y'all
these
hate on
women,
each other. Y'all hold each other.
right?
Go ahead.
But what I'm
When
saying
telling
is,
a person,
hold on, Tara,
I'm
hold on.
holding you accountable
Hold on.
for your actions.
Wait a minute.
What?
What I'm saying to you
I would
is,
bet both of
is
y'all my
that
whole
you're
paycheck.
saying
I'm gonna make this next
I'm
example.
holding you
Both of y'all
you're
wrong.
saying
actions.
that that we're not holding each other accountable. That's cool, because like you said, there's more hate involved than holding accountability. I don't want you to be better than me, so I'm not gonna tell you that you're wrong. That's because I want to be better than you. So, but what I'm saying
I'm not
is,
trying to be
hold
better
on,
than you.
hold
You
on.
see these comments?
I'm never trying to be
Accountability.
better than
Wait a
anybody.
minute.
Better than
That's all I
nobody.
got to say.
I'm not trying
You
to
I'm
be
do
tired
better
of
than
being right.
wait. You
I'm
do
not
need
trying
to
to
hold
be
them
better than
accountable,
nobody.
right? You
I'm
do
just
need to hold them
trying to
accountable.
show
Hey,
you.
James, can I talk? James, let me talk.
You know what?
James, let me speak.
Hold on. Let Jessica
Hold
finish
on.
it. I'm gonna let you go.
Here, you do
Go
need
ahead.
to hold them accountable. So if we're
Yes.
together, right?
Yeah.
And you come to my house and you say, "Hey, I'm gonna help you because it looks a little rough in this house. I know you've been going through a lot. Let me help you out. But I just want you to know, like, you need to pick up the pace, or if you need help, say something." You know what I'm saying? That's holding accountable, but still letting them know.
That's woman to man. That's different.
Good point. But
That's
let me
what
go
you
real
want.
quick.
I just had this
real quick.
Wait.
No,
That's
I
woman
just
to
had
man.
this situation.
I hear y'all.
No,
My point-
I just had this
my-
situation.
Okay, hold on.
My point
James,
is,
There's
woman
been
to
Daryl.
woman,
Go ahead.
when y'all talk to other
No.
women about relationships and
No.
stuff like
It's
that,
sugar coated too.
and not
I
even
didn't
women to
sugarcoat
women,
it.
it's just
I didn't
the
sugarcoat
media
it.
might
Wait.
even be speaking on it, or y'all,
That's
the
right.
public in
The
general.
media itself is
What
toxic.
happens is y'all don't hold the woman accountable. Y'all see red flags until the man crashes out and burns and either gets beat the fuck up by the woman, killed by the woman, go slaps Chris Rock the fuck in the mouth. That's what we're saying. Y'all wait, and then y'all start holding the woman accountable. Like, oh, Jada toxic. She been toxic this whole time. She been baby future. I call her
Hey,
baby female
different-
future.
James, let me speak.
When everybody's joking about R. Kelly pissing on little girls,
Yeah.
that shit was real funny.
He should have
until
went
they
to
had-
jail.
Right, but that shit was real funny.
No, it
until
wasn't
they
funny.
had ground- But that,
James, let me speak.
so y'all, they were making jokes about that shit. Shit was real funny until they had ground
Hold on.
evidence.
One
to
more.
put this
One
nigga
more.
in
We're gonna
jail.
get Daryl, then we're gonna get out of here. Go
Hey,
ahead.
James,
Yeah.
James, listen. How many of y'all ladies listen to Kevin Samuel? Since y'all don't mind me
Fuck
holding
that
y'all
nigga. No, I'm
accountable.
joking.
No, I'm
They don't like
asking
him
you.
because he speak the truth. Go
No.
ahead.
No.
Let him
Listen,
go. Let him go.
Wait a minute.
listen.
About to get out of here.
I think he
No,
picked
no, no,
and
no,
chooses
no.
his battles.
That's
Hold on.
what it is. What I'm saying is,
Okay, but let him go.
I don't have an
Can I
issue
finish?
with I have
Queen,
an issue
Queen,
with
let
how
me
he
finish,
dresses.
Queen.
Let him
Let me
finish.
finish, Queen.
Go ahead.
Listen. I really believe that every woman, this is footnote, every black woman, when your daughter turned 14, you should make her start listening to Kevin Samuels.
No.
Don't tell her once she done had all the babies and she done fucked her life up.
No.
Let her hear how
Listen,
men feel about women that's fucked up. The best thing you can do for somebody is to let them hear what'll happen if you fuck up. My mama used to tell me, if you go out there and you put your hand on that stove, you're gonna burn your fucking hand. I did not understand until I burnt my hand. But if I would have seen a motherfucker that had a burnt up hand, I would have never touched that stove. I'm just telling you. I'm not saying Kevin Samuel is always right. I'm not saying he's always right. But most men do not want to be baby dad. I mean, most men do not want to be stepfathers. Most men, the things he's saying are somewhat accurate. We just don't say it out loud because it ain't nice to say. Because we care, because our mamas was that, and our sisters was that, and our aunties was that. So we don't say it, we just deal with the shit. But what he's saying, it's a lot of truth to that shit. Women, now since you don't mind about telling you about being held accountable, I want you to listen to Kevin Samuels. study him and let your daughter study him, so they'll learn
How
what
great-
men would say to you if you fuck your life up.
That's his point, though. He's saying Kevin Samuels is
But
fire.
see, women don't
Yeah.
get that.
So let him go touch the fire.
Yeah.
Right.
He ain't necessarily
No,
saying.
you know why? Because a lot of times what happens is if you already have, like, okay, if I were to sit here and say you a nothing ass nigga every day of your life as a child, right? Mm-hmm. You're gonna grow up to you're gonna.
He's
live
not
up to-
saying they're nothing
He
ass
won't.
niggas.
That's how that nigga be talking a lot.
No, he
No,
don't.
do.
You ain't
asks
listening
them
to him then.
questions, they give answers,
No,
and
he
then
do.
he responds in a sarcastic way.
No,
rude
he
way.
be talking.
That's what I
He
said.
be
I don't like
talking.
how-
No, he don't. Y'all ain't see
How
that's
do
what
you
I'm saying.
You
be
should have
talking
some
about-
type of stipulation.
You
Like,
just
okay,
proved
like,
James' point,
have
Queen.
standards, you dumbass
Hold on.
bitch. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? That's
what's
counteractive,
what's
right?
the black lady that's been doing the same thing since the 80s? What's her name?
Oprah,
No, the one that's
Listen
like
to
Kevin
her.
saying. Wait a minute, you two. be quiet.
Scheherazade Ali. Scheherazade
Exactly.
Ali.
Nobody said nothing about her. But when Kevin Samuels come out for the first 2 years and talk to nothing but men, nobody said shit. Nobody said no. He's telling men you don't make enough money,
Who?
you're overweight. Kevin Samuels, he was talking to men, saying you're overweight, you don't make enough money.
Kevin Samuels says,
Listen.
Just go to this podcast if you want
But
to.
I've
listen,
never heard any of that.
he's
Okay.
y'all do not like the truth. That's why they try to
We're
cut
not
me off.
talking about Kevin. This
The
is our
man
podcast.
is telling
Listening.
We're talking
these
about our
same
podcast right now.
femininity
Okay?
toxicity women.
Okay.
He's telling them the same
Yeah,
thing,
That's all he talks about. Okay. It's
and he's
toxic.
right
Okay.
statistically.
So we got to
Numbers don't lie.
We got it.
Numbers don't lie, people. They can cut me off, but guess what? Statistics and numbers don't lie. That's all I got to say.
Hey, that's advice. I'm telling you, my daughter, when she turned 15, I want her to hear how men would talk
You have a
about her
daughter?
if she fuck her life up. I want her to hear this shit. This
got
what
a
men
daughter?
gonna think about you if you fuck your life up now. If you keep making,
Wait,
if you
wait,
make
you got a
babies
daughter?
and
Wait
shit,
a
this what
minute.
they gonna say
You have a
about
daughter?
you.
Hold on, listen.
No. Does he have a
This
daughter?
the thing. For
Nobody
if you
answer
do,
it.
listen, I'm making my point.
Do
and
he
then
have
that's
a daughter?
it. Listen,
Does he have a daughter?
listen.
Who does
When
who?
somebody gives you an example
Do you
of a
have a
whole
daughter?
community of people that have been misled, this is what can happen to you if you go down this road. It doesn't matter if you like the messenger, get the message. Is what he's trying to say. But
Do you
y'all don't
have a
get that.
daughter?
Good night. That's all I'm gonna say.
So he ain't got no